Hello, everybody. It's Angie here with some fall tips, Ayurvedic tips for fall and how to transition. First one is drinking hot tea. So, Ayurveda is the sister science to yoga. So it's natural medicine, kind of like Chinese medicine in the way that it works with natural remedies to help us balance. And it's believed in Ayurveda that there is three doshas: the Vata, the Pitta, and the Kapha. And each of the seasons has some of these qualities, and fall is Vata. And so the qualities of fall are dry, windy, rough, cold. Mm, yeah, essentially that. A lot of movement in fall. You think about like how it gets windy and our skin gets dry, that sort of thing. And so when we're wanting to balance so that there's not too much airiness of the season, we can start to feel really disbalanced and ungrounded if we don't take the proper measures and do the proper balancing activities for this time of year. And so what are those balancing activities for this time of year? Well, there's a few. So if you think of the qualities of cold and airy and windy and movement, we want to do the opposite of those to invite that balance. And so things like oil massage are really good. Self-massage of your hands, your feet with sesame oil or mustard oil, some kind of heating oil. Not coconut oil, because that's a cooling oil. Hot baths with oil in the bath, using essential oils that are grounding, doing practices that are grounding, like yoga practices that are grounding and that facilitate stillness. So booking a massage, doing a sensory deprivation tank is a good one, taking hot baths. Also with your foods, you want to choose foods that are warm. Spices that are good this time of year are garlic, ginger, cinnamon, cloves. I'm chewing on a cloves right now, actually. It's good for freshening your breath, and also I have a little bit of a grumpy tooth here, so that's also helpful for that. So it makes sense that we have things like pumpkin pie and sweet potato dishes, and warm stews and curries and soups this time of year. Root vegetables, right? We want to think cooked vegetables versus cold salads. So we want to avoid cold, dry foods and go for more unctuous, which is kind of like oily or juicy foods that are warm and nourishing. So, a nice dal is good, or a meat stew or chicken soup, that kind of thing, really nice. So we want to think oil to combat the dryness, and we want to think warmth to combat the cold. Let's see, what else is beneficial? Stillness is good this time of year. So practices like meditation, restorative yoga, nourishing practices. Vinyasa is okay this time of year, better than doing it in the heat of the summer, because it heats the body, but the movement can sometimes be disbalancing. So what's actually better than vinyasa is like a longer holds in poses where you're building heat through just holding and doing ujjayi breath. Really good for the fall practices, and restorative yoga as well. So I hope that helps you find some different ways to ground yourself this season and prepare ourselves for winter hibernation. I was up at Paul Lake the other week, and all of the ducks were just in a flurry trying to get the young ones ready for their first migration going down south. So all of nature has this rhythm of different times of year. When the weather gets cold, it triggers certain behaviors, and nature knows how to balance itself. So we can tap into that power of nature, because we are part of nature, and also become integrated and balanced as we move through the seasons. And also, if you are a person who has a Vata disposition, you'll find that the Vata season of fall is even more challenging, fall and winter, because of the cold dryness. It will exacerbate your Vata disposition. So Those of us with vata in our prakriti, what's called prakriti, is that we have to put a little extra effort into those nourishing practices this time of year and change our diet. Hot drinks, hot tea, ginger tea, cinnamon tea, all of that good stuff. Okay, so take good care of yourselves and enjoy your balancing practices. And thanks for hanging out. We'll talk to you all soon.